I want to talk to you guys for a second about mental illness, parasocial relationships, repetition compulsion, sort of Jungian psychology, yada, 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 Freud, all that good stuff, right? So I don't claim to be a master psychologist or anything, okay? But I've been in solitary confinement with a lot of people, okay? When I was in prison, when I was at AMU, they would constantly cycle out new roommates for me, okay? And part of the reason the guards wanted to do this is the guards were mad at me about various different things, and they wanted to put people in the room that would beat me up, okay? But every time they put somebody in the room, they'd be like, oh man, this is cool, I'm in the room with Jared, because everybody in there thought I was a pretty cool guy, realistically, right? And I actually met tons and tons and tons of different types of people, and I met some mental patients as well. I met some dumb people, and occasionally the guards would actually put me in solitary confinement with a mental patient on purpose, just to see like how I would react with that person, right? Here on YouTube, I also get some very, very strange emails from some of you guys, okay? And I actually got an email recently from a young man that went to the same high school that I went to, and we didn't actually go together. We weren't there at the same time. He's a bit younger than me. The high school we went to has middle school included too, so it's like a one big school, right? And he wasn't actually in high school the same year, but I'm gonna get into that in a second. But what I want to say about mental illness is the biggest mental illness that I see, the easiest way I can describe mental illness in a general way. Now, I know there's many different types of mental illnesses, but the main one that I see, the main category of mental illnesses I see, is people are stuck on some shit, right? So there's some kind of trauma, there's some type of mindset, there's some type of thing that might have happened to you that puts you in a mode, okay? So you have this mode, you have this internal construction, you have this internal logic or reasoning, and it works well for you, but to the rest of the world, people are looking at you like, man, this is kind of fucking weird. I'm going to talk to you guys about my own mental illness, okay? My own mental illness is I built a fortress out here with lights and cameras and tactical gear, and I'm building more fences and more fortifications, and there can never be enough bright, high lumen flashlights. There can never be enough tactical gear. There can never be any of that. Why? Because fundamentally, I am a mentally ill person, and I monetize my mental illness on YouTube, and society just thinks my mental illness is like interesting, right? And to be honest, I have fun with it. I know that I'm not normal. I know that I'll never be normal, okay? And maybe society can benefit from my abnormality. That's really what I am hoping for. And so there's some people that will never be normal, and like I've said in other videos, when you have a style, when you have a situation, sometimes it's better to lean into it than try to be something you're not. Sometimes, so I know mental illness because I'm mentally ill, and when I was young, I was controlled by the state, okay? I was on probation. I constantly had probation officers coming and going, harassing me. I constantly had authority figures trying to control me. When I was the head of the 1st Division, 4th Company of the Republic of Florida Militia, the authorities were trying to have leverage over me, okay? So authorities were constantly trying to control me in my 20s. And then in my later 20s, when I was in prison, obviously authorities were trying to control me. Other inmates that might have had designs against me, trying to manipulate and control me. So I'm used to other people trying to manipulate me and control me. So what do? I keep people away. I make people feel threatened. I push my hard target philosophy to the max. And it's actually a very kind of antisocial persona, okay? And a lot of people look at it as me taking it too far. And the truth is, I do take it too far. But in my mind, it's better to take it too far than not take it far enough. That's the way my brain operates. So I built an internal framework that works for me that is batshit crazy and mentally ill, but it works within the framework of society, because society doesn't care if I stay out here in the woods. Society doesn't care what I do as long as I pay my fucking taxes, okay? That's the reality. Society doesn't care what the fuck I do out here on this piece of property as long as I pay my taxes, okay? And that's the truth. And so it works. Now, some of you out here have mental illness that doesn't work, and it's fundamentally like not compatible with our society. And I'm going to tell you some mental frameworks that don't work. If you have paranoid delusions, right? Like this guy I know from high school that I mentioned earlier, this guy actually thinks that a bunch of people that like work for the faculty of my old school, I mean, I had sex with one of the faculty that worked at my school, okay? Me and her, I mean, I spent 2 days in a hotel room, okay? We rented a hotel room because I told this woman I wanted to have sex with her, and she said she felt the same way, and we spent 2 days in a hotel room fucking and cuddling and eating pizza. Yeah, okay? So during those 2 days, I learned a lot of the gossip and the inside politics of the old high school I went to in the office, okay? Like all the faculty and the administrators and all this. I heard more about the drama that happened at my high school than I'd ever want to hear. I didn't even want to hear this shit, okay? I just wanted to have sex. I just wanted to have sex with this woman that was older than me. I thought it was exciting. I didn't give a shit. But again, you know, I sat there and I listened to it, the pillow talk, and I absorbed this information. Some of it was kind of useful. Most of it wasn't. But I can tell you right now, based on the pillow talk from this woman, and she knew everything. She knew things I didn't even want to hear. Most of the things this guy thinks are happening are bullshit. This guy has this gigantic conspiracy theory that the people at this high school are like out to get him, and that there's some kind of Jewish cabal conspiracy at the Florida State University fucking psychology department, and this whole thing was a super secret government psyop, like Vault Tech, you know, like Fallout Vault Tech. Like, yeah, like our high school was some type of super secret government op or something. This guy has totally built an internal narrative, an internal framework that my old high school is like a Vault Tech experiment, okay? And so I'm telling you about mental illness, you get stuck on this loop. And what true mental illness is when you don't recognize you are stuck on some shit and you can't unstuck yourself. So drug addiction is one of those things. You are stuck on it. Okay, there's no, what do you mean stop drinking? What do you mean? Like, well, that's what I do. I'm a drinker. I like to drink. Like, any suggestion that they should stop and get out of their mode is like a sacrilegious thing, okay? That is the thing about real mental illness. Somebody is stuck in a mode and they can't adapt to a situation. So that is, to me, most of what mental illness is. Now you have schizophrenia and you have psychosis and you have all that crazy shit, but 99% of the mental illness in our society is, you know, depression is another example. You are stuck in this mode of like feeling sorry for yourself. You're not going outside. You need sunlight for your brain to trigger serotonin, okay? So, you know, that's why if you've been staying up all night like I have and you don't go outside enough during the daytime, I mean, I go on night walks and stuff, but again, the sunlight's not out, your serotonin's fucked up, and I wake up feeling shitty some days and I'm like, oh, well, I haven't had any sunlight in 3-4 days, and it's been raining even during the daytime. So again, it's like, you know, you need to go out there in the sunlight, okay? My ex-girlfriend, Nicole, she knew she needs to go outside and go in the sunlight. She chose not to. Because she would rather just stay in the room all day talking to herself. She was a catatonic schizophrenic. And when I try to get her out of her room, she's like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm a grown-up. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, if you're not going to work on your mental illness stuff, I can't have you screaming and stuff. Randomly screaming at demons and shit like that. I can't have you doing that. Like, we can't continue this relationship if you're not going to work on yourself, right? So what does she do? She decides to leave at 2 a.m. and become homeless. So you become homeless and go outside because you don't want to go outside and go for walks. It doesn't make any sense. Again, bro, it's retardation. Like, people are stuck on stupid. So, like, you have to realize this, and you have to become self-aware of this thing. You know, PTSD, you know there's certain situations that are going to throw you into this shit, right? Now, PTSD is hard because you get random triggers, and I know that because I have PTSD. Random shit Like, I'll take a hot shower. I don't even like taking showers because when I hop in the shower and the hot water hits me, it reminds me of when I was covered in blood. Because the warm sensation of warm water on me reminds me of when I was covered in blood, okay? So PTSD is a hard one. That's why I like to take baths. I've always kind of liked baths anyway. But when I take a shower, I feel like there's blood all over me from times when there's been blood all over. So again, it freaks me out. But it is what it is. You just have to, you have to learn to deal with those things, okay? It's just the reality, you know? And mental illness is your brain just adapts to trauma. Okay? And some of the trauma is not even, you know, sometimes people are just born with mental illness because something didn't happen correctly with the development or genetics, or, you know, there's different things that can cause it. Yes, you can be born with mental illness, but a lot of it is caused by trauma, and it's your brain trying to make sense of the world. And sometimes it is rational. It has an internal logic to it. That's what you need to realize. But a lot of times you're overreacting to situations. You're taking an incident that happened to you once and you're saying, like, this is how the whole world is. And it's not. It's something that happened to you one time. If you're stuck in some type of loop, if you're doing repetition compulsion and you're stuck in a fucking loop, you've got to break that loop, okay? And you just have to do it. Whatever loop you're stuck in, human beings are creatures of habit. And your mental processes, including negative ones, like negative self-talk, this shit is literally an addiction. You are stuck in this loop. It's repetition compulsion, and you're stuck in the loop. Even though the loop is fucking terrible, you're comfortable with it, right? I remember the Joker said in one of the movies, he said, people go along with the plan even if it's horrifying. Something to that effect. The Joker said that in the movie because it's all part of the plan, okay? If some people are okay with the plan, even though the plan is horrifying. And so, you know, the Joker said this in the movie, and I'm pretty sure, like, that really resonated with me because I'm like, wow, that really makes sense. People go along with things that are horrifying because they're comfortable with it and they're used to it. And you gotta find that thing in your life that's terrible and horrifying, and you gotta get rid of it, because that thing in your life is probably killing you. Okay, so that's my take on, you know, PTSD, mental illness, trauma. That's how you deal with those things, guys. You have to identify if you're stuck on stupid, and we've all been stuck on stupid before. Okay, stuck on stupid, like I said, is when you are stuck on some shit and you can't get off of it. You got to realize, is there something in your life you're doing that's irrational and you cannot talk your way out of it because you're stuck on it and you're just so comfortable with it that no matter how irrational it is, you're not going to abandon that practice. Is there anything in your life that's like that? And you have to take an honest inventory of that. There probably is. Most of us have something going on, you know, and then you have to make an assessment of, okay, maybe this is a creature comfort or something. How much is this killing me? Is this kind of killing me, or is this really killing me? And you have to make an assessment of that. Because if it's a creature comfort you could live with, and it's not really if it's not really adversely affecting your life that much, you might be able to live with it. But if it is something that's killing you, if it is something that's going to hold you back, you need to do what you got to do to get rid of it. And you need to form a new loop to get stuck in, form positive habits, you know, stuff like that. And I'm not telling you to be some perfect cookie cutter person, okay? I am damaged. I am never going to be normal, ever. It's not going to happen, okay? But I still enjoy my life. I still have fun. I still do some normal things. I have hobbies that I enjoy. I do have relationships with people. And I do have meaningful things I do, like helping others. These videos help others. So that's what I would, you know, that's what I would say. Life has meaning for me. You know, the fact that I'll never be normal ever, the fact that I'm never going to be a normal person, I'm never going to be quite normal. And I know that, and I'm comfortable with it. But it doesn't mean that my life has to suck. It doesn't mean that my life has to be less meaningful. And your life doesn't have to be less meaningful either. And so that's what I would say about mental illness. You have to identify that thing that you're stuck on. There's some shit you're fucking stuck on, and you need to get unstuck, okay? You need to get out of this stupid loop, okay? There's a stupid loop. You're on some hamster wheel. You're on some retarded hamster wheel. You got to identify the hamster wheel first, and then you get off of it. And everybody has their stuck on stupid, and you need to identify what that is and get off the hamster wheel. Guys, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the merchandise we sell. Here's the Maryland Disruptive Pattern. Shout out to Slingshot Warrior who helped me develop this. And then we got the other pattern you see Bob's wearing. I develop all types of camouflage patterns. Check it out. I don't care if you buy it. I just want you to check it out. That's all I ask. At least check it out. That's all I want from you guys. Other than that, hit the like button. Leave a comment. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys. Check out the other videos as well. Jordan Jereb signing off. We'll see you on the next one.